What on earth is all this? I thought I'd quickly pop onto the server to check up on how the button's doing, and I mean, look, the green team, no, they're not satisfied with just having a gigantic clubhouse that is absolutely beautiful. They've also got a waiting room. They have a waiting room next to the button. Now, sadly, because obviously I'm not a member of the green team anymore, because I'm a yellow belt, which technically makes me better than green, but still, I'm not actually allowed in there. But it looks like they have green button training station. So I guess they've got like a mock-up of a button there that you have to press the button when it's green. You've got a bit of redstone action going on. I mean, this is... Honestly, us higher belts need to step up our game, alright? Because it's starting to look pretty good to be a green belt. I'm almost tempted to de-rank myself. Hit the button while it's green, get myself a green belt. You know, it's a... But anyway, to start things off today, I want to make a bit of a drastic change to this area in that I want to convert this place into an emerald factory. All of these villagers, these ones are going to be going, and I'm going to replace all of them with these guys, because this iron farm is chuffing out tons of iron, and I want to be throwing it at villagers to get loads upon loads of emeralds. Things have gone south. I don't know. I don't even really know where I am. What has happened? What has happened? What actually has happened here? Oh, this is a sticky situation. You know what? Having spent an hour already trying to do this and making literally zero progress, this design is pants. This villager trading hall that I created is pants. I designed it and it's pants. I need to admit that. We need to do something different. And just to clarify, it was good for what I wanted it for, but for what I want to do with it now, it's pants. It's terrible. So we're going to make a bulk trading hall. 3 hours later, are you ready for the big reveal of my new villager system? Boom. Yeah. I went through a handful of designs, none of them worked, so I should probably build on up in a testing world first. I broke my own golden rule, and yeah, I've definitely suffered for it, but in the end, I've got myself a pretty sweet looking system. So here we are in my redstone testing world, and here we have a villager who has currently got the iron trade. So clearly, he is a good one to have, but that's a little bit expensive, so I'm going to send him through this system right here, where the zombie will actually attack the villager, he will then be converted into a zombie villager, end up back in the minecart, and go down to the bottom here. That little water stream system you see, I actually got from Puffy Fish HQ. I'll put a link to his tutorial down in the description because it's super smart. Next we have a dispenser that's filled up with these potions of weakness. We hit that button, it gets fired out, and then it goes straight into our zombie villager, and then all we have to do is cure him up, and he will turn back into a villager. But all of the trades should be considerably cheaper. When he turned back into a villager, he managed to fall through the floor. His trades are pretty good though. More development is needed. To be honest, I think just having a block underneath the block that the minecart is on seems to work. Because if I power this minecart right now, he kind of pops out and he's straight off. Alright, this looks like the system that we're going to be using, and I've wasted absolutely no time. I've constructed it on the Hermitcraft server. So here it is, in all of its glory, looking rather lovely in this central section here. The only thing that we need to do now is actually get our zombie in place. He's going to be going in this tiny little spot right here, and we also need to get him a sharpness 5 sword. Goodness me! I got so lucky then. It has been a bit manic, as you can see, but I've managed to find a zombie who can pick up items literally just as somebody slept in the bed. Oh, but he's fallen in the water, and now he can't swim. I'm trying my best to remove the water so that he can actually live and doesn't turn into a drowned. Move out the way, pig! Move! No! I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle here! Come on, dude! You can make it! Yes! I actually managed to do it! Oh my goodness me! I'm really hoping this works, because otherwise I'm going to have to kill a lot of villagers. Yes! 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 After a little bit, and by that I mean a lot more finagling, this thing is now all connected up to this system, so hopefully, if I hit this button here, we should see a villager gets removed, and then pops up over there. That's not good! After a ton more finagling, we have finally managed to transport a villager into this location. So, if I decide I like his trades, then I power that. This guy does not have the sword that he needs to have. but it still worked. We did okay, fine. That is one sharp stick you have there, mister. That was impressive. With all that infrastructure in place, I'm now going to go AFK overnight, gather up a whole ton of iron, so when I come back tomorrow, we can get a bunch of emeralds. One sleep later, that is not bad. 9 double chests of iron ingots, that's going to convert into a whole bunch of emeralds. Sorry, old trading hall, you served me well. Sort of. You kind of served me well, but it's time for you to go. Looking back, it didn't really serve me that well, did it? Let's be honest. So I've been looking into a few different villager trading hall designs, and this one by Captain Wutax seems to be the most interesting. I'll put a link to it down in the description. Iskal has also constructed it on the Hermitcraft server, and it essentially uses double carpets to stop the villagers from pathfinding. So we can have all of these guys next to one another. They're not going to steal each other's workstations. This thing is 100% reliable. Now, Captain Wutax's design normally has a pillager at the end, so the villager gets scared, runs to the workstation, and goes straight into the system. But because my design is so long, I think it's about 24 blocks long, the pillager's range is only 15, so that's not actually going to work for my design. So I've been testing it out with just general pathfinding and placing in a villager and seeing how long he takes to get there, and it doesn't actually seem to be that slow. You can see this guy's wandering across, and then he ends up in his little spot, which, I mean, that's not a long period of time, given that every single villager that comes into this system has to be converted into a zombie, which takes around about 7 or 8 minutes, I think. So they've got plenty of time to decide whether or not they're actually going to walk into their villager trading station. What is this? What is... What? What? I seem to be being campaigned to be mayor. What? Me? Is there a different Mumbo on the server who wants to be mayor? That's definitely my mustache, though. That's definitely referring to me. Have I missed something? Have I missed something? What's happened? What? Hang on, they're everywhere. But I haven't even I don't have any of the credentials to be a mayor. I don't even know what a mayor would do. What does a mayor do? Who's responsible for this? This is the most confused I've ever been. I didn't even know Hermitcraft needed a mayor. What's happening? What's happening? What? I can't be the mayor of Hermitcraft. I don't even... Oh gosh. I'm panicking. I'm gonna buy my wool, and I'm gonna be out of here, okay? Because I'm scared. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but do I want to be mayor? I don't even know what a mayor... Genuinely don't know what a mayor would do. Oh my goodness. Is anyone else campaigning to be the mayor? Or am I currently the only candidate? Am I going to be the mayor by default, by accident? What? It's not even an accident. Someone else is running me for... What is happening? This is all very, very odd. Very odd indeed. Anyway, back over at my villager area. I'm just about getting done with this side of the villager trading hall. So that is... Look how many booths... How many villagers we're going to have in here. And all of them with super cheap iron trades. We are going to be getting all the emeralds. We are going to be overflowing with emeralds. Now we just need all the trapdoors that are going to keep the villagers in place so they actually slot into their little areas. That should be good. And then there's the fence gates, and that is everything done. And look at the difference. I mean, I must admit, as I was constructing this thing, I was thinking, it's probably not going to look as good. But no, it looks a million times cooler, and also just so much more futuristic. I mean, if I fly up here, look how serious business that side looks. That side's not messing around. This looks like it's from the 16th century. This side looks like it's come from the 21st. Now, I'm just trying to work out my minecart situation. Let's see where we land here. So we go up like this. And we get popped out perfectly in the right location. Okay, so the villager will pop out, walk across like that, and they will all end up in their booths. This is very good news. This is all going really nicely. My inventory has just been so full of junk throughout this entire process. The problem is all of it's actually useful stuff. All of it's stuff that I need for this project. But it's just it's impossible to deal with. And I realized as I did that clip where I said I needed everything, I had 3 dirt in my inventory. I mean, that's not the best advert. You know, there are some crafting recipes that no matter how long I've played Minecraft, I forget how to do them. And fermented spider eyes are 100% one of those things. How long have they been in the game? I still don't know. Of course they require mushrooms, and you would not believe the distances I've had to travel to find these gigantic mushrooms here. There must be an easier way to get large amounts. Finally, after going on very many expeditions, we are now ready to actually cure up this dude who's been sat here for probably the past 15 hours. So let's shoot the potion of weakness. And that should do the trick. I've just thought, he's going to pop out of that minecart, isn't he? He's going to pop out that minecart, he's going to walk off, and he's going to do something. Glass block has been installed. Right, now we wait, I guess. Well, I guess one thing that we can do is upgrade this guy's stick. So I'm going to chuck him this sharpness 4 diamond sword that I got from end busting. Now I've got to be very careful, because I imagine if he hits me with that, that's bad news. We have a villager! We have a villager, he's chilling out, facing minecart. Look, he's looking a little bit down in the dumps. If I hit this button right here, he has been picked up by the minecart. He travels across. He's been assigned a workstation already. Where? Is it that one? Or has he pathfinded Oh, see, this could be an issue, because he might actually lock onto one. We might have to do a little bit of testing there. Nope, seems like this is his workstation. He seems pretty happy with it. So let's actually trade up a few bits of coal. And I really, really hope that this guy has an iron trade. I'm sorry, dude. Because I can't actually kill him by killing him with my sword or my axe. That will affect my villager score. I've come up with this horrible way that he has to die now. I mean, that is just... It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Oh. Anyway, I guess now I should probably try my best to fill up this thing. So let's do a quick time lapse. And said quick time lapse actually ended up taking 2 hours. And at the end of the 2 hours, I ended up with maybe 7? I think 8 potential villagers in there. I mean, I kind of didn't really expect that to happen. I genuinely thought I'd just be able to fill this thing up so easily. But you have to remember, you know, these villagers, some of them, they don't have the iron trade. So I have to kill those off. And then, of course, there's like the 10-minute waiting time of curing up the villager from being a zombie. So if you do get an iron trade, you then have to stand around and wait. It's not the fastest. It's not the fastest of processes. But we do now have a handful of iron trader villagers. So that means with 8 times 12 times 2, we can get a decent amount of emeralds per day. I'm not going to do the maths in my head. We can get a decent amount of emeralds per day from our iron farm. And I guess as the season goes along, we can gradually fill it up. I've got to say one thing though, this design is working wonderfully. Apart from when I accidentally send zombies through into the system and then freak out because obviously they start attacking my villagers. Apart from that, okay, it seems to be working fantastic. And all of these are rocking cheap trades. In fact, why am I just right-clicking on them? I should probably actually try getting myself some emeralds. I mean, look at how easy this is. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when we have 2 sides of these? 48 villagers all offering up these trades at dirt cheap prices. I'm going to be rolling in emeralds. Oh, well, that explains a lot. I was wondering why I wasn't getting any new villagers coming out of my villager breeder. I've been trying to troubleshoot this problem. I kid you not. Oh... How could I not have noticed that the villagers that are actually meant to be doing the breeding have gone missing? That's an obvious flaw. Thankfully, I do still have 2 villagers cooped up in this area here, so all is not lost. I can fix it, but I'll do that a little bit later on. First, I want to quickly head over to the industrial district. This area is looking suitably disgusting thanks to our work in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, and I've been thinking a lot about what I'm actually going to do with this area, and I thought I would actually start templating out some things, getting some notes down of what farms I want to build, and actually start working out where things are officially going to go. We're talking blocks on the floor here. Blocks on the floor, you say? Blocks on the floor, you say? That sounds important. Honestly, I have no idea why I did that. I don't know. I have been playing a lot of Minecraft today, and I've been steadily going crazy thanks to all the villager bits. Now I'll level with you. This took a lot longer than I care to admit. I made so many mistakes, but I've worked out the central point of this area here. You can see there's some stone bricks over there, so they point towards the middle. So I guess we'll connect those 2 things up and then build up like a central section so we know exactly where the middle is. That was an incredibly long-winded way of saying I found the middle of this square, and I'm going to build something in the middle of this square, and it's just going to be another square. I mean, that's all. So this is where my storage system is going to be going. That's going to be dropping down into the ground. Now we need to start mapping out where each one of the farms are going to go. What farms do I actually want in the industrial district? I think I have this side all fully mapped out. Okay, so here we have water streams, not really a farm. I've realised now. Yeah, these aren't farms, but this is where all of the items are going to be flowing in. So we're going to have items flowing in from this side, and items flowing in from this side, all going into the central storage system, which you can see signposted there. And then over here, these are all the big strip farms. Okay, so we've got bamboo, and then we have got sugarcane, and then this one here is melon and pumpkin. Now, what do I mean by strip farms? All of these are ones that are long. So they're going to be right all the way across the full length of the industrial district, and they're going to be making use of flying machines to actually work. Next up, I have got this area here, which I've got mainly mapped out. So we've got a cactus farm in this big space here. So that is from that corner into that corner. I have got a bone meal based flower farm. So things like sunflowers, red roses, and all that sort of thing. That will go in that area. Absolutely tiny. This is a regular flower and seed farm here. Once again, that one's pretty small. This area here is for the netherwort farm, which is actually a manual farm, so I guess I'll gradually have to make my way through that thing. This gigantic zone right here is the TNT blast zone. So this is for automatic concrete makers, the wood farm, and also the cobblestone generator. You can see that goes right the way over to that edge. And actually also, I've got a kelp area here as well. So this is going to be for the dried kelp, so that's all good. And then in this space, this is the villager zone. So obviously we have the emerald factory over by the iron farm. We're also going to have another emerald factory in the industrial district, which is going to be converting the melons and pumpkins and things like that into emeralds too. All that's left now is this big gap here, and I honestly don't know what to do with it. I suppose I could make a honey farm. I don't actually know how those work entirely, so I'd have to look into how to do that. But I'd like it to be vertical. You see, all of the farms that I'm laying out here, they're all going to be pretty tall. Even the ones on that side, they're going to be multi-layered. And I kind of want to make just like a gigantic, almost like a cube of farms. And the reason that I'm thinking about this so much, doing so much planning, is because I want it to be perfect. I don't want to have anything messed up or think of anything like down the line being like, oh, I wish I had done that differently. No, I want everything to be perfectly in place. I want to have space for everything, and I want everything to be interconnected. Oh, also, I feel like I should mention there is going to be a gigantic mob farm somewhere up in the sky above this thing as well that's going to be dropping items through too. Right, I think that's enough of the industrial district. Let's head back over to the villager area and actually sort out this situation. I mean, I don't even know what happened here. Were they struck by lightning? That doesn't even make any sense. I don't understand. I guess I'll just transport them back over by boat. I mean, that tends to be a pretty good way to go. Right, I've just hopped in the boat. That hasn't worked. Cool. What a fantastic addition to the game. 2 things in one boat really was. Like, do you remember the days before this? I don't like the fact that boats get stuck so easily, though. That's one problem. This poor village is just gradually getting dismantled over time. I mean, I'm removing the last 2 members right now. This whole village has just been completely ruined. Our villager has been moved into position, and now I'm just in the process of pushing him up to where he needs to go. This is always a tiny bit precarious. And we did have some fatalities last time, but we literally can't afford a fatality this time. So I'm really hoping that all of this goes to plan. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to cry a bit. Alright, well, he did something stupid, didn't he? He did something stupid. He's just gone straight off the edge, and that's a real problem. I don't know how to get him to stay in there. Surely he can't go anywhere stupid now. Oh, thank goodness for that. Oh, God! Did you just... That was a hilarious scene for no reason. I mean, he went in totally the wrong direction, somehow ended up in there, and then just got loaded with potatoes. He has been hoarding up those potatoes, waiting to give them to somebody for what looks like months, and he just offloaded as soon as that guy landed. That farmer villager's like, thank goodness you arrived. I've had these in my pockets for months. They've been wearing me down. I did it. I managed to get them in place. They haven't done anything stupid. I'm now feeling a lot more positive. We've got ourselves a villager breeder. We've got the emerald factory. We are set and ready to be incredibly wealthy hermits. Anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed this Hermitcraft episode. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. I cannot wait to get my mustache back at some point. I wonder when that will be. I wonder how long I'm going to stay like this, because I always forget. I press F5 and then I'm briefly horrified by what appears on my screen. Like, it's like a visceral reaction. I'm like, whoa, what on earth has happened there? And then I remember, it's a mess. Cheers, Tango.